Hey, Reach for More. Today we are talking all about how to take your budget from two incomes to one income. So we're looking at going to four walls, bare bones, what to do when you're dealing with a crisis. All right, friends, here it is. This is me taking my March budget, copying it into April. When you do it in every dollar, if you click on the month right here, if you're in March and you click on April, it just copies all of your March numbers into April, so you're able to adjust from there. Or if you're just starting out from scratch, you can check out our video on how to get set up. But this is not how I attack every month, but it's how I'm attacking April 2020. So Dan took a leave of absence from his work because as a type 1 diabetic, it is too risky for him to be in the office right now, which means after today's check, I think he got paid today, he won't have an income coming in. So I'm going to start with our income because I want to know what I'm working with, and I'm going to delete that one. I know that he will qualify for EI or some sort of COVID benefit situation, but I don't know right now what that's going to look like. I'm going to base my budget on the smallest amount that I can so that I know I've covered our bare essentials. Now, when I'm talking about bare essentials, I mean the four walls, which is transportation, shelter, food, and utilities. Utilities, I want you to think beyond just like heat and hot water, but these are the things that like you have to keep paying for, and we'll get into that in a bit. So first up, as I scroll down, I'm just going to show you what it looks like to deal with this kind of a deficit, and also to really take your budget down to the bare minimum. So we have, first of all, my giving section. I'm going to leave that as it is. In fact, I might even increase it a little bit, to be honest with you. I believe that when I put good things out into the world, out into the universe, good things come back to me. And if ever there was a time to put good things out into the world, I would say that this is it. So I'm going to keep up with my monthly Diabetes Canada donation, and I'm going to keep on saving for my Christmas giving project that we take part in, where we sponsor local families. It's really important to me, and even though it's not part of my four walls, I am keeping it there. Next up is my savings. So at this time, I only have my emergency fund on here, and I don't have anything planned for it at this point. By the end of this little video, I will. But if you have, like, if you're making contributions to like an RESP or whatever your savings plans might be, I encourage you to pause those so that you have as much liquid money at your disposal. I never want to tell you to stop investing or stop planning for the future, but honestly, you want as much money available to you in the months ahead as you can. That's my belief, anyways. So, insurance and taxes. This category, I only have my life insurance in. I don't know why I don't separate it differently, but I don't. I can't change this amount. This is our life insurance, and yes, it's very high because, again, Dan's diabetic, so it costs us a fortune, but he has life insurance, and this is certainly not the time to get rid of that. So, four walls, my home, my mortgage, I'm still going to pay. My taxes, my utilities, my house insurance, I'm still going to pay. But we called our insurance provider and we were able to, she just asked a couple of questions and we were able to save $20 a month on our home insurance. So by making a simple phone call to your providers, you might be able to save some money. Make sure that your water, your gas, your heat, your electricity, whoever your providers are, make sure you're getting the best rates. Make that your part-time job right now. Vivint is my security system, and I would say that that's something I could get rid of, but we are locked into a contract, so we're going to keep on paying that one. And honestly, saving for house maintenance, this is like a little small baby. We just started it, savings of like if the hot water tank goes or whatever, I'm going to keep this here because I know that this money is still available to me. So I'm not spending it. I'm not using it to buy paint or faux brick wall coverings, which I really want to do. I'm saving it right now for so that I've got it down the road. Emergencies can still happen amidst an emergency. So I'm just going to keep tucking it away with this purpose in mind. And if I need it for something else, I know that it's there. Okay, so transportation. Here's another place that we've saved some huge money with our car insurance. So because Dan is not working and he hasn't left the house in 2 weeks, and we don't foresee him leaving the house for months aside from to go for walks, we took the insurance off of his car. It's insured for fire and theft, but it is not insured to be driven. So we're parking it in the garage, and we changed the insurance on my truck so that because I'm not driving to work, I'm only driving to the grocery store, it saved us almost $100 a month. I think that the lady on the phone said that our new amount would be about $90. And I'm going to just put the approximate amount in, but if you're looking for some savings, oh my goodness, think about that. The other thing is last month I know we spent about $150 on gas. I'm going to make this $150, which is being generous because honestly I don't think I'll go through even one tank of gas this month. Unless things change, because it is not even April yet, so things could still turn around. And then the other one is car maintenance. So we tuck just, again, a little bit of money. This covers things like oil changes, or we save it up when we need new tires. I'm going to keep on assigning this $100, and it's going to go into my savings account. If I need it down the road, it's available to me. I'm not going to spend it right now if I don't need to, but I am going to still keep kind of building up those little funds. All right, so we've covered our shelter, we've covered transportation and utilities, and now we're going to take a look at food. Oh, that's funny. For some reason, this transferred as $100. I usually spend between $800 to $1,000 on food, and I'm going to take that back right now to $800 and see where that lands me, and I can keep on kind of cutting back. So restaurants, well, we are not allowed to eat in restaurants, so I'm going to take that to $0, and I'm going to take my booze down to $0 because that's not a necessary expense right now. Continuing on, pet care. Now, also not a four walls, but I have 2 animals in my house that rely on me for food and for care. Both of them have had some medical problems in the past few months, and I need to keep saving this money for them just in case, / I know that the cat needs to have surgery once all is said and done and the dust settles from the pandemic. So I'm going to keep on saving $200 a month. I'm not going to buy any clothes because, hello, I'm wearing the same sweatpants every day. Now, I'm going to do this for you as if I am really, really going deep into my budget. So I can change this to $0. If I need to, Dex doesn't have to go to dance. If I need to, he doesn't need guitar lessons. Miscellaneous in our house covers everything from haircuts, which we can't get, to movie dates, which we can't go on, to like random things like Band-Aids that Daniel orders online for his insulin pump. So we still will have a few miscellaneous things. And I do still think that within all of this, if you can carve it out, find a little room for joy. So we might buy ourselves a new jigsaw puzzle. School stuff, I'm going to take that to $0. I can cancel my Netflix, cancel my Spotify, cancel my Scribd, take that to $0. Now, this is my cable and internet, and this is these are our cell phones, and I'm going to leave those as they are, and doing this work is really important. So I'm going to leave my reach budget in place. It's not very much. But when I scroll down to the bottom, you can see I don't need to save $1,200 this month for Disneyland because probably we're not going to get to go. I don't need to save $250 this month for Dan's new tattoo sleeve because he's not going to get it anytime soon. So I can take all of those things back to zero. Same with saving for birthday and Christmas. If you're struggling to put food on the table, you don't need to be tucking money away for the holidays. And my sweet Wicked tickets that I don't know whether or not I'll get to buy, but I don't need to save that money. Or I don't need to save that money. I've been saving $40 a month for 10 months to be able to buy Wicked tickets, but who even knows what will happen in August? So now I've really, really scaled this back. Now, Dex and I love to bake, and I find that very soothing. So I'm going to up this a little bit because I know in our house that's more reasonable. And I have the room. You can see I've got $443 left to budget. Now, that number there right now is not an excuse for you to think, oh, sweet, I'm going to re-up my miscellaneous amounts and we'll definitely get some takeout. If you're unsure about your income in the months ahead, the way that I am, I want you to try so hard to put as much money as you can into your emergency fund. So I'm going to plan to put that extra money into my emergency fund, and any other extra bonus cash that comes in, if you sell stuff online, if you get a surprise check in the mail, if Daniel gets more money for his March check than what I was banking on, or when he gets his EI payment or his Canada emergency benefit thing, I want to put all of that into my emergency fund so that this number, my safety net, is as big as it can be, so that if I need it in the months ahead, I've got it. I think that that's everything. I don't know what else to tell you aside from really ask yourself where you can cut back. I don't want to not get takeout. I don't want to take Dex out of dance or cancel his guitar lessons. And in all honesty, because of what I know is happening within our finances, I'm not going to do that. But I wanted to show you what it would look like if you're really, really scaling your budget back. You can scale your miscellaneous back even further. I could cut back our cell phone bills. I could cancel our cable. Really anything that you don't have to spend money on, don't spend the money on if you are unsure about the months to come. Okay, so that is everything. I hope that you guys found that helpful. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to drop them below. Don't forget to subscribe, and you can follow us on Facebook or Instagram. We are at Reach for More blog, or check out the blog itself at reachformore.ca.